Hello, welcome to the Jellyfish Journals. My name is Susie, and I am gonna try this thing out. So this is a notebook from our Journalive. It came in their recent subscription box, Wondrous Skies. I think it was the September subscription box. And this is a very unique notebook, a unique journal. So you have on the front this beautiful daytime scene. It's kind of like it's pretty white. I think it's white with a gold sun on the front and some clouds. And then you have the sun on the side, which is the spine. And you're already getting a little sneak peek of what makes it so unique. And then, of course, you have the white charm on this side. And then if you flip it over, the back is night. And so you have this side in silver with the moon and some stars and some clouds. And then, of course, this spine is star themed or night themed. So my thinking with this notebook is I don't know. I have other notebooks. I have other things I could be putting in notebooks, but I was really excited about this because it's so different. So it's kind of put together like this. So you have this side with the black dot grid pages. I'll just kind of do this. The black dot grid pages, and the day side has white dot grid pages. And I was just thinking, oh, it does. I wasn't sure if there was a title page on both sides. The night has the moons in silver, and the day has the suns in gold. And the subscription box also came with these two pens, a gold gel pen. I was about to say a gold gel pen in gold. Sorry, total brain fart. But I tell my students, if you have a brain fart, it means you were thinking. So there you go. That's a good thing. So anyway, a gold gel pen that goes along with the day theme, and a silver gel pen that goes along with the night theme. It also, in the subscription box, came with these two beautiful collage paper notebooks, not notebooks, but just collage pages. This one is day themed, and you get 4 copies of each page in here. And this one is night themed, and same thing, you get 4 copies of each page in here. And my thinking for this notebook is obviously, you know, the day-night theme really lends itself well to certain things, but what I want to do is I want to use the day side for joys that come during the day, mainly at work. I teach 3rd grade, and my kids are funny. My class is always funny. They always say things and do things that bring me joy. And yes, it's a hard job. And yes, it's a struggle sometimes, but all the more reason to focus on that joy and those joyful moments. So my thinking is I want to use this side for the joys that happen during the day at work. And I want to use the night for the joys that happen at home. So it won't totally be evening versus day. This might be if I have a night out with some of my coworkers. This could be if one of my teammates and I go to a training on a Saturday. That's not normally a work day, but she's a work person. And so I really want the white side, the day side, to reflect work. And I want the night side to reflect home. So kind of similarly, you know, if I do something cool with my family or something brings me joy on a Sunday morning, but it's home and it's home related, it's going to go on this side of the notebook. So it's not quite day-night themed. It's more work-home themed, but obviously I'm pretty much at home at night and work during the day. And so that's kind of where I'm dividing it. Now, the really tricky thing with this notebook is that there is no strap. So there's, I just lost my train of thought. Bookmarks for the night side. They do not have a charm on that one. And that's kind of a bummer. It would have been a good opportunity to put a silver charm on there, just so that you have the gold and silver opposite again. But there's bookmarks for the night side, bookmarks for the day side, but because of the nature of this notebook, there is no strap, no elastic band. And I like to chunk up my notebooks. I like to chunk them up real good. So I want to be careful with this one. I don't want it to get super chunky because if it does, it's going to end up having to be stored something like this. And to me, that's just not ideal. There's not going to be any way to keep it closed. So I want to maintain the integrity of this shape. And because of that, it is going to present a new kind of challenge for me, which I'm actually a little excited about. This, what was I about to say? Oh, so since I just got home from work, the house is empty. So I was like, I'm going to shoot a video as fast as I can before somebody gets home and walks in the door. So forgive me if I'm a little frazzled. I was not planning to do this, but an empty house is a gift. And if you know, you know. So my thinking is I will put a few little elements in here, maybe a little bit of paper, maybe a little washi, maybe some sticker type things, but I want to go very, very sparingly with those things. My main goal with this notebook is to try to stick to inks, markers, pens, gel pens, any of those kinds of elements. I really want to keep this as much this shape as I'm able to. So what I had a thought of was, after flipping through these collage pages, I am definitely going to use one of these pages to kick off my day side. And I think I'm going to just do that here on this title page. So I'll start that in just a minute. And then in the night side, I will do the same thing, and I will pick a page out of this book and I will decorate this with that. But my other thought is, after looking at all of the colors in this book, I have decided that everything I do on the white dot grid pages is going to be inspired by these colors, these daytime colors, the light pinks, light purples, maybe some light blue, although I may not do light blue. I haven't decided yet. But the oranges, yellows, reds, all those things are going to be the white dot grid side. For the night side, I want to lean into these colors. I want to lean into blues, purples, white, a lot of white, maybe some like brownish tones, but I want it to be where I pick this up and this side definitely feels like night and this side definitely feels like day. And I am very aware that that is going to present a challenge, especially on the black dot grid journal pages. I have some thoughts. I have some plans. I'm going to try some things out. But I'm hoping you stick with me, and I'm hoping I can provide some updates here and there. I wanted to go ahead and get started on this now before my Bible study tonight. I received a really nice compliment yesterday at work about my performance as a teacher, which means the world to me. And it has just made me, I wrote it on a little sticky note, and it is just making me itching to get into this notebook and get started on this project. So stick around. My hope is in this video, you will get to see me set up the day side and get that going. And then I'm hoping when I get a joy in the evening or at home, I will be able to get this side going as well. So stick around and let's start setting up my daytime joys. So starting off with the title page of the day side, I thought that this beautiful picture of the sunrise was a great way to kick off the color scheme that I was intending to use for all of the white dot grid pages in this journal. The collage pad is slightly taller than this notebook, so it will require a little bit of trimming if you would like to use it on the page. But I figured I'm only losing a little bit of the pink at the top, so that's not the worst thing ever. So I'm going to chop off that little bit with my very old Creative Memories paper cutter. And the next step is to just glue this down on the side here. Normally I just cover the company logo, but I wanted to use as much of this paper as possible to kind of pack that punch. So just using my trusty Elmer's purple glue stick and sticking that paper on the side. Next, I looked in this Happy Planner book for some kind of box sticker with gold on it that I could cover up those lines with. So I'm just trimming off the little tab that came on this sticker. I didn't need that part. And I'm gonna just stick this down right here as a way to cover up those name lines that come in the book pre-printed. I thought this sticker was really kind of perfect from the Happy Planner. If you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine. And I use the end of this rotating craft knife that I found on Amazon. It's kind of a rubbery end, and it just smushes out the sticker a little bit so that it just becomes more one with the page, I guess, is the best way to say it. The next step is to use some of the beautiful washi that came in the Wondrous Skies subscription box. I think my favorite part about this is that it matches those gold suns on the left side, the inside cover. So just kind of trying to figure out where I want those colors to lie, and I definitely wanted some of that purple, yellow, pink, and orange to show through. So since I'd already stuck down that box sticker, the easiest thing to do was to run the washi down and then just trim the edges where it would appear to go underneath the box. And then trimming off the little bits that hang off the ends of the page with my cute new little scissors my mom just got and sent for me. And that way that page will be nice and crisp. And the final, well, I shouldn't say final. Then I decided to go ahead and write my name in the box with a calligraph pen that also came in the Wondrous Skies subscription box. And it kind of, once you layer over it, it gets a little darker. So I tend to keep going over it until the color seems a little more uniform. Then I went back in that Happy Planner sticker book where the sunshine sticker came from, and these little things kind of look like little suns, so I thought that would be kind of cute to stick in there. All right, so this first page is a little bit awkward. The way it's fixed into the book, it doesn't always want to lay flat. So I'm just gluing that down. I'm not going to use that as a decorated page in this book, which is fine with me. That way the first page I turn to is a double spread, and I'm happier about that. It took a little while to figure out what I wanted to do on this page, and I eventually decided that if I was going to use those bright daytime warm colors, I was going to go all in. So I used the ruler stencil that you see here from Archer and Olive, and I'm just measuring out a box in the center of each page. Now I'm going to go ahead and take another calligraph that came in the Wondrous Skies subscription box, and I'm just going to kind of make a, not really a plaid pattern, more of a grid pattern. You'll see what I mean, like a crosshatch type thing. So I'm just tracing over those dots on the dot grid with this Sunset Glow orange color, and I'm going to make sure it goes behind the box. So I'm not going to do any marker in the box. I did those lines vertical and horizontal, and now I'm pulling out this Daffodil Archer and Olive. This one has a chisel tip. This came from the Beekeeper's Garden subscription box from June, and it's just a really pretty yellow. So I'm going to fill in all those gaps with vertical and horizontal lines. So now I have that plaid, gingham, whatever you want to call it. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing on the spread on the right. That way the page looks cohesive or symmetrical or identical on both sides, however you want to say that. Next, I am pulling out a little bit of washi. The page was feeling a bit yellow and orange and bold to me, so I was hoping for a little bit of color to just kind of tone it down and bring in more of those sunsetty colors. One of my favorite tips is if you frame something out with washi tape, go from the inside corner where the washi tape meets to the outside corner where the washi tape meets. And then if you just pull out that little bit of an excess, you get a really nice 45-degree angle that kind of makes more of a frame and prevents those overlapped edges from being a little bit darker. I did the same thing with the empty box on the right, and now I'm ready to write down my daily joy from September 10th. So I did go over the September 10th and the 2025 again with the marker to darken it. And then using that gold gel pen that came in the Wondrous Skies kit, I wrote out my joy for September 10th. And then I decided it would be kind of fun to add some little gold suns across the gingham pattern in the background. So I just made like a little swirly mark and then gave it some sun rays. I did have to go over it a few times. That's no fault of the pen. That's just the nature of a gel pen. It usually comes out kind of fine, and I tend to prefer a thicker, bold line. So there is my little sunshine pattern, and I think it goes nicely. And now let's go ahead and take a look and see what I did for the night side. I knew that I wanted this side to mimic the day side, especially in the beginning, on the beginning page, the title page. So after flipping through the collage pad, I just decided that this one worked really well, and I knew I'd be able to trim off a top of this paper without losing any of the integrity of the image. So after kind of measuring it out a little bit, it's not exact. I'm not that careful. I just kind of eyeball it a little bit and pulling out my trusty trimmer again. I was thinking it might be time for a new trimmer, but that one seems to be doing pretty well after all these years. All right, so now that that's glued down, I want to do the same thing and put some of the Wondrous Skies washi tape on this side. And so this one has the little holographic silvery stars on it with those pinks and purples. So kind of that sunsetty vibe. And since I planned ahead this time, I'm able to lie the box over it. This is another Happy Planner box. It came out of this sticker book here. And the quote that I'm going to put at the bottom is also out of the same sticker book. And I thought this quote in Own Your Magic kind of went really well with the nighttime theme. I just feel like it's pretty normal or common to think that the nighttime is full of magic. So I thought that worked really well. I did flip through the sticker book. I was not able to find a silver star anywhere in any of my sticker books. So out comes the silver gel pen that came in the Wondrous Skies subscription box. And now I'm just creating my own little star up in the top corner. Again, sort of just to mimic those suns that I did on the day side of the title page. The star is just a little star that I doodle from here to there. It's what I always imagine the bright star to look like over Jesus's crib when on Christmas morning. I don't know, the North Star, whatever they call it. All right, now it's time to go ahead and decorate my first page. Once I glue this down too. So this inside page had the same problem as the other side, so I just kind of smooshed it a little bit, and now I'm ready to do the full double spread. So I wasn't sure I'd be ready to add this into the video, but yesterday my husband and I had a wonderful day together. We just kind of had some fun, did some things that we like to do, and just spent the day just kind of relaxed and chilling and getting some things done and had some fun too. So I figured since I had a home joy, it was a good time to go ahead and set this page up as well. So for these silver box frames, I'm just using a Uniball Signo gel pen. I know that the kit came with the gel pen, the silver gel pen in the Wondrous Skies subscription box, but I really wanted to save that for the writing, not so much coloring things in. So adding a few little swirls and then thickening them up with that same blue gel pen kind of is bringing some of those blues in that I wanted. I went back with a purple gel pen and added in some purple stars, and they have like a little shimmer to them, so that was kind of a nice treat. Then I went in and added some silvery blue dots, and then finally some white dots. And all of these elements I used Jelly Roll gel pens for. Then I took a light blue Jelly Roll gel pen and added just a thin inner frame to make those silver boxes a little more interesting, and also to keep the silver ink from my writing to not be butted up against the silver frame. It just kind of breaks it up a little bit. And I think it works well. So let's take a look at what I've done to get started in this fun little dual-sided notebook. So On this side, this will be the day side, of course. So you've got these beautiful gold suns over here. The quote, if you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine, and some little suns up there. And my name, and again, that's just there to cover up the lines that were there. And then on this page, it wasn't in the other part of the video, but I did add these little pink flowers I had from a Happy Planner sticker book, just to add that little bit of pink in there, because this turned out to be quite bright and vivid. So I think the little pink flowers are just kind of fun. But there are, oops, sorry, there are those little golden suns that I drew on the plaid there. And then if I flip it over to the night side, this is the title page for this side, or the name page for this side. So it says Own Your Magic. And again, the nameplate's just covering up the lines underneath. And then this is my first night page, which was done completely with gel pens, and the writing with the Archer and Olive pen that came with the set. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and consider hitting that subscribe button. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye.